key moments is to properly apply the glue. If you don't do this properly, all your efforts are going to go down the drain. If the glue doesn't hold down properly, the leather is not going to stay the leather of the Alcantara, whatever fabric you're using. If you don't stretch the leather properly, it's also not going to look good. Well, there is a lot of, as to any craft, I guess, there is a lot of key moments that you have to really be observant, or I guess things that you should be doing right. Some tools are required. This glue is a pressure sensitive type of a glue, so you have to apply certain pressure per square millimeter, square inch for the glue to set or to activate. All the curves and edges are supposed to be done properly. So there's a lot to this. That's approximately what this one is going to look like. So this one is a demonstration piece, so I'm going to I'm doing a wild red color on this one. I have a piece of Alcantara here that is kind of similar in hue or color. This one is leather, so you can see the back side of it. This is the genuine cow leather, but it's been colored red. Well, the leather is dyed, so this one is going to be wild, like I said, and it's going to probably have a black color trim just like this one. And this handle, shifter knob, is finished in black leather and black color trim. So this kind of replicates the original BMW design, except that the leather is slightly different. This is the original BMW leather that BMW uses. And you can see that there is a bit of a difference in the grain. This one is more of a smooth kind of a texture. This one is, by the way, this is not what you see on BMW's leather is not the real texture. This is BMW designed texture. So there's a difference between like natural leather, I guess, and what companies produce. I can probably give you a couple of examples here. I have a piece of I would say normal leather, not a designed leather. So this is what you usually get from places that sell just leather. But then again, there's like a lot of to it. So, but you can just see how the differences are. What the differences are. This is like I said, what you normally buy. There is no like real design to it. If you compare this to BMW's leather, there's a difference. And there's an example of another piece that's like right here. You can see there is a whole range of textures here. This is too small of a piece. Yeah, this is brown, and it's more or less uniform, but then when you get to edges, you can see how the texture becomes different. What else do I have? I have blue. So here's a blue colored or dyed leather, and this edge is fairly smooth, and this side too, and then you get to some places that are textured like that. So in that sense, you can actually choose your patterns. Whereas BMW's leather is more of a design leather. Where's the other piece? Here's another one, and it's more or less uniform. Here, I was going to show, and here's two more design leather pieces, can see the differences. So this is one type, and it's called whatever it is, full grain, and that kind of looks similar to what this is, but the color is slightly grayish. And this piece here is a Napa Italia, and this one is a Ferrari black, color Ferrari black. This one is color matte black. And well, this is real leather, as you can see looking at the back, unlike some synthetics. And this one is much darker here. So the back side is the telltale, I guess, of whether the leather is real or not. But the face is something that they have, the manufacturers have control over, and there can be different types of leather. So yeah, this is more of a uniform texture. This one is pretty much, there is a texture, but it's really fine, and it's like almost 100% uniform. You still buy these pieces in like not squares or rectangular shapes, but like a quarter of a hide or a whole hide, you can buy that. But the finish is going to be different depending on what you, I guess, choose. This is more of a natural, unprocessed, I guess. And you can see this leather is fairly stretchy. And this one, that's the other thing, this leather is not as stretchy. So this piece here is also, well, this is more stretchy. This one is less stretchy. So all those things affect how your pieces come out, what they look like. And like I said, this one is red, and it started as this texture, but if you stretch it and pull it, that texture kind of disappears, and it's the same as if your skin has wrinkles and you just pull it, and well, I guess wrinkled leather. And here's actually the whole piece of that, and you can see how this side is like looks like an elephant really, and now right here it's less textured, more uniform and less grainy, I guess. And here's an example of black that is also like a lot of grain here, but even more on this edge, but well, it kind of disappears somewhat if you just stretch it. So if you do places, if you use leather in places that require stretching, you may actually end up having a bit of a different texture compared to what you start with. Unlike this leather that, as you can see, the texture is pretty much set, and if you stretch it or anything, it's really not going to change. So this is not going to really look different if you start pulling it. So that's the difference between some of the leather that can be used. And I'm going to, like I said, finish this in red. This one is a completely 100% Alcantara, and this looks really fun, at least to me. Well, this was a fairly difficult thing to do, at least for someone who's not that experienced. Well, I'm gaining the experience while doing this, but stretching Alcantara is a lot of fun, because it's got a direction. It stretches in one direction, and it doesn't really, well, it stretches, like for example this way, and doesn't stretch this way. So when you apply it, you kind of have to figure out which way you really need the stretching to be going.